Just take a look how good she is. She's a fantastic piece of arm, nicely looking lady. Absolutely robust, war-made type of equipment. You can really hunt with this because this is a really good carbine. It's a self-loading, 10 rounds magazine, and a pretty precise weapon, which is basically what you need when you're hunting. But for me, since I'm not a hunter at all of my, praise, they're made of carton and steel, and I do that only in the range, so shooting for fun. For me, that's an ideal toy. That is an original 1954 Tula. What differs is much from original SKSs, and this was what once in its life it was an SKS 7.62 by 39 standard Russian intermediate cartridge, invented in 1943. But this scope mount differs original SKS from this hunting version. The other thing is the caliber, of course, which I already mentioned, and we use these shells. Let me tell you about the shells a bit more. Camera, stay. The shell is basically made out of original 7.62 by 39, but what they did, they inflated the bullet to 9.5 millimeters, and now it is 9.5 by 37. I got a blank cartridge here for that Kalashnikov. It's a blank firing, not a live ammunition version. So you can see there's a tip of the case, tip of the shell, tiny bit inflated, just a bit. This one is designed basically to accommodate a standard 7.62 by 39 casing. This one is much bigger, and the bullet is twice heavier, and of course it's kind of 1.5 times slower, but still it's a big fun. And the other feature of this particular gun, it's not a rifle, as you can guess. It's a shotgun because the barrel is not rifled at all. I mean, it is rifled, tiny little bits, but only here, about 140 millimeters in length. Only final part of it has 4 rifles. The other length of the barrel, it's a mirror, chrome-coated mirror. Otherwise, it's a standard SKS, nothing changed. The mechanism is a standard SKS, no alterations, no changes. The magazine is a standard SKS, and that perfectly accommodates 10 rounds of these. Actually, I'm lying to you because it accommodates 9 rounds, and 1 will have to be in the chamber. In case of a standard 7.62 by 39, it would accommodate 10 rounds, and you can actually load it from the bottom. You can throw 10 rounds into here and lock it. With these 10, it doesn't lock. Because I'm in my basement now, I will not be loading it with live ammunition, because it's a bad habit and it's gonna play a bad role one day when I will be relaxed, because I'm super duper professional. We have several other types of bullets here for this rifle in this caliber. These particular ones are the lightest, and I don't like them at all because they're less precise than anything I was firing before today. But the feature of it, it's made fully out of zinc. It's a zinc bullet. And it flies badly, so I'll throw this rubbish away from me. We also have a hollow points, soft points, and 2-3 versions. We have a full lead bullet, polymer coated, just like, for example, this Luger. It's a lead bullet coated with polymer. Otherwise, yeah, let me open it. Assembly and disassembly is being done pretty much the same way as with any other standard SKS or the Chinese version or the Yugoslavian version or any other. It's the same. Technically, it's the same SKS. So you have to put the flag upwards and pull it out of the receiver, and then you slide the cover backwards, and it goes off very, very easily. Then you have to remove the spring, then you slide back the bolt, and it comes off in 2 pieces. One of them the bolt carrying frame, the other one is the bolt itself, and they kind of sit together with use of this system of pins, of teeth, whatever you call it. Please forgive me, English is second language for me. I don't really know exact names of all of those technical things, and you are far more professional in this, so you can comment under the video and tell me where Dennis de Menace was wrong. Yeah, nothing is here. These are just 2 pieces of metal. Same type of problem as with any SKSs. You have to carefully watch as your firing pin is actually unblocked, because if it is blocked, if it's stuck in this forward position, when you chamber the gun, it will fire, because it will initiate the primer. So, and it will continue firing in full auto. By the way, there is no full auto available to it, but if you block this one, once you release the bolt, it will fire out all of the 10 cartridges, which is big fun to me, but it's completely prohibited by the law. Nothing else is here. It's original from SKS, no changes, no alterations. All of the numbers match, and it's KV, it's not the B, in Russian alphabet is V, KV 3941, and it's everywhere like this in this gun. On every here on the receiver, KV 3941, and everywhere else. Even it was originally on this wood stock, and the wood stock has been modified from the original version. Originally it was like this, brown and polished and varnished, but in order to differ it from military version, and in order for the third-party observer to immediately tell this is a hunting shotgun, the company which is making them or rebuilding them, they found nothing better but to remove the beautiful layer of original coating. Yeah, well, then basically you remove this thing. You need a screwdriver actually to do that, and there's a gas rod in there, and nothing else. It's a very simple design, very effective, very deadly. It's built for war, and it's very good at war. You may probably ask yourself one day why Russian guns are so reliable, and I have the answer for you. Because they are built for war, during war, in a war mode. And the precision is far from being perfect. The gaps are too big for, let's name it, Western gun culture. In the Western culture, you would only accommodate a thin layer of oil or some other grease in there, nothing else. Here we have a kind of 0.5 millimeter gap, and this can accommodate any amount of dust and even some fine sands and some small rocks. Assembly goes backwards. You have to open up the magazine because the pin will otherwise prevent the bolt from traveling forward. And then you have to be Houdini. Yeah, now it's in the forward position. You can lock this and put the spring back. Remove that pin, put it back into vertical position. Put this cover back on, push the pin in, and put the flag down. That is it. It is ready to fire. We have a safety on, safety off. Clang. Pretty much that is it for the gun. The only addition I can show you is that every Russian war-built gun has a cleaning tools, and they are mainly based in the stock. They're mounted in there, so you have to be very careful pulling your finger in, because the spring, which is pressing the cleaning tool out, is pretty strong and you can lose your fingernail. What's inside is a standard identical twin you can find in the AK. The only difference that in the AK-74, which is chambered 545 by 39, this will be tiny bit smaller in size to go through a smaller barrel. Different caliber, different features. Otherwise, you got, this is for removing the greases out or the dirt. You stick the patch in. That's the disassembly pin to hammer something out. A toothbrush and a screwdriver. Basically what you do, you put that in and then you got the screwdriver. Very easy, very effective, very convenient, and every Russian soldier loves it very much because this is always available to them. You got the cleaning rod always available to you right at your weapon, and you got the cleaning tool in the stock. Putting it back is even more tricky because you have to carefully pull your finger out before you got a bite. I'm gonna try and show you the threads and the rifles. You can see that they are not going until the very end of the barrel, and somewhere at the end of the barrel you can see a chrome coated fine walls with no rifles at all. That's why it is classified as a shotgun, and according to the Russian law, Russian gun law, you are entitled to own one without necessity to accumulate 5 years of a gun owner, of a shotgun owner. Under the Russian law, you cannot buy a rifle before you own a shotgun for 5 consecutive years and have no criminal record. That's the law. That's what we have to obey. So basically here it is written in Russian, made in Russia, CAPN, that's the standard, and 17 stands for the year of production. She was rebuilt, rebarreled and rechambered in 2017. The VPO stands for it's a manufacturing plant which actually designed it and gave a new life to the original SKSs, which are massively available in the stocks of the Russian army. We do have tons of them. The sight is standard. It is numbered from P. That letter in Russian alphabet is P, which is permanent or fixed, and it is basically lets you fire at ranges somewhere between 50 meters and 100 meters without any difficulties. Then you can adjust it up to 1,000 meters and fire at long range. Of course, this sight is designed for 7.62 by 39, and everything what you can read here doesn't have anything to do with these cartridges. They are different, they are slower, and they are heavier in their bullets.
Вот такая вот куча, 5 штучек, раз, два, три, 4, 5, ну не больше спичечного коробка.
That's it, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. You can comment, you can throw stones into my direction. I don't care because I wear a full metal jacket helmet. Just kidding. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or unsubscribe, like or dislike. It's your choice. I'm not insisting.